we're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
In our headlines this morning, protesters in El Salvador burning a Bitcoin kiosk in the nation's capital. The video, which has been circulating on social media, showing the fire amid demonstrations against the country's president over his recent adoption of Bitcoin as legal tender and his moves to consolidate power. The adoption has faced criticism within the country over the rapid manner in which it was approved. And Joe, this is not just a situation where they've accepted this and say they will take this. The government, the president, pushing this actually pretty hard. They have their own wallet, and there's a $30 sign-up bonus for people signing up. The president tweeted earlier this week that they now have 500,000 people already signed up, which is a pretty big deal in a country of 6.6 million people.
Remember when we were trying to explain the protests the day that, it was officially adopted in it, even the people that they were interviewing were saying, it's not that we have a problem with Bitcoin, we have a problem with the way that this was handled and the power of the government and the president that did it. So I'm not really sure what they're saying.
There were problems with the wallet,
no word
too,
on how many. No word on how many Bitcoin were actually in that ATM that actually were lost in the. No, wait a second. That
doesn't work that way.
That's the thing about Bitcoin, isn't it? Mm-hmm. There are no actual.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And we have CNBC reporting on El Salvador going against Bitcoin. And guys, we know this is what? That's right, Hegelian dialectic. We know the New World Order works off problem, reaction, and solution. El Salvador has about 7 million people in it, guys. They're not going to affect anything when it comes to Bitcoin. But we see the New World Order are using them to put them on the world stage so people can go against Bitcoin. I don't want my pension money, I don't want my 401k into something that's not stable, which makes perfect sense if you did not understand the Fourth Industrial Revolution. And we know the masses do not understand the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Because, guys, we know Bitcoin is for the drones, robots, algorithms. And we know blockchain is that surveillance system that's going to take humanity out the picture. Because we know when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. Y'all have a wonderful day.
It was very strange. A lot of things that seemed like they were contradictory that Ray Dalio said, like, I own Bitcoin, I think you should own it, but it has no intrinsic value, and it's probably going to be worthless if it gets too big and they put it out of business. So but then he said, but you know what? I'm not an expert. I don't really understand how it works, so I don't really know what I think. First off, can I just ask you, do you think that Bitcoin itself or blockchain has intrinsic value?
Joe, I think that is why everyone's so excited about it. There's actually real utility being shown in the world of cryptocurrencies and blockchains. Bitcoin has now become less and less relevant to the overall ecosystem in terms of market cap to the whole cryptocurrency TAM, if you will. And what we've seen is alternatives such as Ethereum, Avalanche, which is, what we're talking about today, where there's actually utility. We have over $200 billion of value in decentralized finance in the ecosystem. You have NFTs. I know you guys love talking about NFTs. There's over $100 million per day of transactive value of NFTs. And back in August, there were times when there were, $1 million per day of NFTs being transacted. And the other thing that people see in terms of utility is that it's no longer just crypto native people who are doing this P2P finance in this weird decentralized finance or creating crazy, digital collectibles. We're seeing traditional finance people very interested in these yields. We're seeing artists, we're seeing companies that license stuff, trying to figure out how to use the NFT in order to improve their business and also participate. Athletes, all trying to create social tokens where they can get in touch with their fans directly. As opposed to right now, basically they have to go pay a place like Facebook or Google to get contacted to their fans. Suddenly you have technologies that can change business models where there's real use cases for not just finance people, for all sorts of people.
It's amazing the utility.
The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. Long COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.